Hello and welcome. I'm going to do another video. I missed out on a few topics that I wanted to in the previous video. I'll do some analysis within theta. So the first is going to be switching coins and doing so without an exchange and really anonymously. And it's within that of the atomic wallet. Now, I've never actually done it on here. I was just looking at it today and I thought, interesting. But as it goes, and you take one of the coins, and if you have funds in it, it says that I don't have enough, so I literally took coins that I don't have balanced on here to not show my balance. But and I own Litecoin, but not on this wallet, and I don't own Verge. I don't know, and Litecoin is now like my 13th biggest or 15th biggest holding or 12th biggest holding of all my assets. It's if no even lower than that, like 16th maybe, because I got out of a lot of it on the day of the fake tweet. Anyway, the one I could exchange and get 7,850 almost, a bit more. And you just push the exchange button, you probably have to put your password in. And it would probably exchange. You would lose your Litecoin off your balance, and then you'd get the 7851 coming in. And flipping the script, if I take 7,850 Verge, that's 0.954 Litecoin back, which is a differential of over 0.5, 5 point something percent differential on it. So there's a cost to it, but if the cost is something you're fine with or it's totally worth it to be completely anonymous amongst such, just an idea. And for me, unfortunately, they don't have theta on there because I'm not going to be able to trade theta come the new year. Well, I could, I suppose. Crypto.com, I just haven't. I registered with them, I just haven't given any ID verification. But Binance and who will be no longer accepting Ontario, Canada residents. Oh, that makes me even more want to get to Mexico. But anyway, that's another story. Things are not as fun in Canada as it once was. But it's like I guess that's like that in the entire world, though, too, I suppose. As it goes, this move comes in, pull back. Up move, pull back. You know what? It's better to just do that than come here and pull back. Or not have this at all. Because if it just would have stayed within this, then I wouldn't have opportunity to sell here and buy back at some point down in here. Same thing as it has this rally and then pulls back. Has a little bit of rally here and it's already pulled back to the lower end of its range. And within that range, let's take a look at this on the weekly. Looks poised to me to go for another leg lower. Whether it will or not, of course, time will tell. I mean, it's a setup, and I've said so many times on here, if the setup doesn't happen, oh boy, watch out. And considering that I want to sell a whole bunch of it later, I hope that this doesn't go down much and we have that failed move, but whatever happens, happens. As we can see here, we have this high, and we first established this level of support in here, rally up to here. Then we have another leg lower here, retest a previous level, retest of support, and then we just resist here. And now we're 3 periods congesting, resisting these previous 2 areas. This is where we came from, by the way. Which is approximately, and there's one less decimal on this, but this is about 6,200 Satoshi. Right now it's at 12. With that being said, what the market does, of course, is what the market will do. And one of my strategies is just play this throughout because I do have a feeling things are still going to end the year very good. But the setup, of course, here on the weekly, not so good. You can see on the daily how this resistance move just coming up to this level. It did on this move go down below the 18 average of lows, and because especially now because it's went in here into the band and it's decent amount of time, I suppose. Yeah, I guess so. 5 periods from this rally. That if you see failure in this thing falling down below the 1164 handle, then we could have a serious, significant further decline that could be coming within it. But like I said on the outset, if this thing does not go down, this is a pretty darn near bearish setup. And if the bearish setup doesn't play out, oftentimes from a failed move and even a failed setup, can bring a fast move in the opposite direction. Now, YouTube, I'm not going to be on here too much longer, so I guess it makes it easier to do this video, although I'm just going to basically say as I see it within the rest of it. And YouTube will recommend videos here and there. And within mine, this is, and I'm in Canada, again, Ontario, although I'm getting Quebec here. I mean, really? I've never seen that before, actually, I suppose. Wow, okay. I mean, I seen it and I pasted it like 5 minutes before doing this video. Anyway, C19, Moderna asked Health Canada to approve something. Coronavirus, something, restrictions, poorly action. Four, I think that means restrict. I think this means restrictions. And I think this means coronavirus. I I don't even. I never remember this word. I spent grade 1 through grade 9 en français in French class. I don't even know what class means in French, so I mean, I did so bad at it. This probably has something to do with action, some sort, I think. But anyway, well, there was a couple French words that were like, really, that's what it means, when it was like you thought it would mean something different, but I can't remember what those were. NWT, Northwest Territories, which is the more northern part of Canada, has highest rate of active C cases this year. How Alberta and Saskatchewan has lost control. And I don't watch mainstream media television, so I see how it is, but I thought, I'm not going to say that these are independent journalists here at like CBC News, Global News, ICI Quebec, and I used to work for them, the Toronto Star. But at least the newspaper, as a delivery boy when I was a kid. How about that? Whatever. Anyway, if that counts. If they were not like controlled by the mainstream media, because that'd be a conspiracy theory, wouldn't it, to say that they were? So obviously they're going to take whatever's news and put it out there. And apparently, I didn't think whistleblowers really meant too much on there or whatever. I don't know if they even, maybe they didn't know what they existed or not, but apparently they did, because recently they did a video on whistleblowers within Facebook. So I don't watch the mainstream media, but Pfizer, Project Veritas, I'm familiar with what they show. But I mean, I also watched the episodes from like every episode of like Jesse Ventura Conspiracy Theory, including season 1, episode 3. So I mean, I'm familiar with a whole bunch of stuff like that. But as an independent journalist, and they show whistleblowers, I'm waiting to see what they have to say about this. One way or another, of course. What are the two other ways? Well, one, going on with what they're saying, and two, well, obviously, if they're getting over 1 million views, and they have been, then it's big information, and if it's BS and it's fake news, they gotta use their reporting skills, I would think. I'm trying not to laugh, and do their job, kind of thing. But whatever. Anyway, on to other things. Some of my favorite singers, Our Lady Peace. This is one of my favorite songs of all time, as is Anything for Love by Meatloaf. High Rollers number 72. I haven't watched this in a while, but I invest in sport cards. I invest in a lot of different things, of course. So I get a good idea of how the market goes on things like that, which is pretty cool for me. And then even some other different things comes in here, like I haven't watched Metal Jesus Rocks in like so long. But the Pat the NES Punk, which is a completely unnecessary podcast, the show he does, as well as the Angry Video Game Nerd. I've been subscribed to them for quite some time. I'm not subscribed to him, but I watched him a couple of years ago, or a year and a half ago, for like 6, 7, 8, 9 videos. Rebel News, a lot on there I like to watch here and there. It's really bad in Australia. They cover Australia and Canada very, very well, including my even areas very, very close to me, within like a couple miles and 5 miles from me. It's how close they've gotten. But other places, hidden secrets of money. I've watched all of these, and just a big fan of Mike Maloney and the series that he does. I love the NFL Throwback series, so that comes up here and there. And then you got like stuff like South Park. Big fan of South Park. By the way, 18 degrees, it's Canada, which is like probably, I don't know, high 60s in Fahrenheit. So it's not, if you think it's like 18 degrees and it's cold, no, it's not below freezing. Not yet. This is one of my favorite Paradise by the Dashboard songs, and it's a good song too. I don't know why this came up. I mean, I hated this as a kid, and I probably still would now. And then, well, here's Pat, the NES punk right there. So just a few other things that I'd like to watch here and there. And after showing that much random off whatever thing, I'm almost off of this site anyway. By the way, I'm off at the end of the month. They need me to complete step two validation, which is my cell phone, and I don't want to do that, which is by the end of this month. So another 3 weeks or so to go. As it goes, we have in here a situation with the dollar against theta. Lines again that I put in. This was a low of $3.85, piercing less by 8 cents. This now pierced extra, so it did the extra when it was all said and done on this point. A low of about 3.50, so 28.27 at this point. Resisting this point, coming back with about many days, going sideways through time in here. Then it gets above it, supports it for quite some time. Much support. Because it almost looks in here on like August the 23rd, it's breaking it. It's just one of those not yet. Oftentimes, I guess from a failed setup comes a failed move in the opposite direction. Not there. Although, failed move, yes, there, because it does break above this level of resistance, then rejects it immediately. But when it does so right at these key fib points. It gets barely above this high with an intraday high then at about 975. And the Fibonacci, of course, at 917. And then piercing extra here. And then just staying with it for quite some time. It doesn't hit this level here, which is very, very interesting. Maybe this is just a level where it's going to resist and we're going to do it later. That could be the case. But September 21st establishes this level of support. We then rally for 2 days. September 25th through that of September 28th. Grinding its way lower like this. Giving you very strong sell confirmations. How's it turning out for you so far if you sold? Which has given me reason for the possible, okay, is this showing me that? Of that failed setup. Now what it's going to come down to is retracement from this low to this, whatever, to this high, to whatever it might happen to be right now in that of 689 and the low of 466. Holding and staying above a good higher low number, roughly around 520, would be a very key thing. Meaning you see weakness falling below there after this move. Oh boy, yeah, we're going to pierce and retest 377. But we've already been resisting this key fib level now for what is 3 full days, moving into the 4th. If it's able to successfully break away from this move and go higher on here, then you'd probably see, just like you see in here, just a nice, fast, beautiful run to next leg higher. Which of course is in at $9.17, a retest of the highs, and Fibonacci from September 7th and 6th. All right, is that it? I mean, quite frankly, again, it's deciding for me, because I realize it's still going to come a time and place where I'll be able to trade on this exchange again, or I'll be able to trade theta on exchange. Maybe Binance is going to say, okay, things are fine again, whatever, 4 months, 8 months go by. And then again, you could end up seeing theta being used as money here and there. So I'll be deciding within the year later on, how much of the theta do I hold on to, and then of what I don't hang on to, what do I turn it into? Thank you. And I've already been turning some of it already into stuff like gold, silver, and other cryptos, but not much. Thank you for tuning in and have yourself a good day. Bye-bye.